Well, hello everyone. What a beautiful day. Yes, beautiful October day. Here at Griffin Pond Reservoir, or aka known as Summit Lake. But hey, oh wow, there's someone fishing down there. Nice. Cool, yeah. For one, there's some people fishing over there too. But my point being is, well, for one, I was not you know what? I'm going to sit down. For one, I was not planning on making this video. I honestly am making this video right now because honestly, I don't really want to go home and be by myself. And it kind of brings up kind of a question in my mind. Okay, if I don't want to go home and be by myself, okay, what's the reason for that? Well, is it comfortability with Zach? A little bit. Is it a Friday night and I just kind of want to be out there doing something? A bit too, you know what I mean? I don't want to go, I know for me, I would say the theme of this video would be comfortability, you know? Comfortability. And I think, or even confidence in a way too, it connects, but more comfortability, especially with oneself. And I know for me, like, I love being home. I love hanging out there by myself, but there's some nights, man, where I just want to be out there doing something, okay? I'm a go-getter. I'm a go person, you know what I mean? And, now I was talking to my mom about this today, you know, and she's like, oh, Zach, why don't you want to go home and watch something on your big screen, your big inch screen TV? Okay, there's many good TV shows out there. And you know what I said to her? Yeah, I'm sure there are many good TV shows out there. I would rather be making them than watching them, you know. So I know for me, I think, you know, in a way, I love the idea of TVs and movies, but I also, in a way, don't really support it because I just think just way too many people watch things, okay, and not kind of think, or like, I don't want to say think, but I think there's just too much watching that goes on in our society. Not so much in third world countries, but in our society, yeah, it's really a big overdeal, and that's just something I just don't really like supporting. You know, I know last year at this time I was watching like movies and kind of watching TV shows, but keep in mind, I was on like some medication last year, like some bipolar medication that just made me so tired, man. I couldn't even go out. I remember one night where I was out to eat with my friends, okay? And I remember how, man, this medication made me so tired, and I was planning on going dancing that night, and guess what? It didn't happen because it conked me out, okay? So on and so forth. But hey, man, I'm off of it, so that's a big, you know, step for me and some progress. And I think, you know, I know for me, with comfortability, even last year, you know, I know how I had something with a girl, and thankfully it didn't work out, okay? That was over a year ago, yeah, well over a year, going on 2, and I'm very happy that it didn't work out. But my point being is, even then, like, I think I really had to get used to being by myself. And also, you know, another thing too is me being a young adult, I lived with my parents for really basically all of my life. So I think I'm just getting used to more about me being, you know, kind of a little bit more kind of by myself and being more of an independent young adult. You know, it can be sometimes not uncomfortable, but sometimes it can be stretching in a way to an extent, you know. And it's a good, you know what I mean? I don't like feel like real bad, like I feel very good, but you know, there's still that aspect there, you know. But also, I would also say, you know, the other thing I really wanted to kind of mention in this video is, so get this. So one of the things I really want to kind of talk about, and I thought about this a little today, okay, about how, okay, how I've had some friends on the spectrum of autism, okay, and I know sometimes, man, I know in my life sometimes, I don't want to say I was afraid of hanging out with them, but sometimes I was a little bit, I don't want to say weirded out. Sometimes when I hung out with them, like, for example, if I decided to bring one of my friends to that, I'm trying to think of some words, okay, because I don't want to hurt anyone's feelings or have it come off a way it depends, I can't control anyone's reaction, so I was thinking, so I would say there were times in my life, okay, where I had friends on the spectrum of autism, okay, and and I sometimes went out there and I took them out to, let's say, there was a time when I took a friend who was autistic. I took him out to a bar, okay. Alright, and I felt a little, I don't want to say embarrassed, but I felt really kind of, in a way, kind of drawn back, and I felt kind of insecure about that. And man, I really am a person who really tries, or not tries, I'm a person who doesn't care what people think of me, okay? But at that time, I was really kind of feeling uncomfortable with bringing him there. Oh, what are these people gonna think? What will this be like? Okay, and and I'm like, okay, and and I see that, like, for example, if someone asked, like, I would be really kind of a little bit frightened if someone asked me, does that person have autism? And if I'm like, yeah. But like nowadays, I was thinking, like, nowadays, like, what would I do if I did take a friend who liked to a bar or even to a dance club who had autism, okay? Alright. And if someone's like, hey, does he have autism? What would I be? I would be like, yeah, man, he does. He's a pretty great guy. You know what I mean? And it's not really the thing I'm saying with this is the thing I found is that it wasn't the matter of that if the person was autistic or not. It was really the matter if I'm more secure in myself or if I'm comfortable in my own skin, okay? Right, because, and not really caring, right? Because I think there is a stigma against people who are autistic, right? There is that, like, stigma on people who are autistic, but they should not, there should be nothing, people who are autistic, there should be no, like, shame within that mix, okay? I personally believe that people who are autistic and who have that neurodiversity, like, there's no sense in being embarrassed to even hang out with those people. It's really an honor and a privilege to hang out with them. One of the things I've really helped my comfortability out is knowing that, I'm neurodiverse. I see things differently, okay? And how my brain operates. Being around people who are more, in a way, different than me helped me see different perspectives that I didn't even think about. And it helps me out too, because I know it makes me feel comfortable, because some of these people were the most genuine. Like, I knew a guy, okay, his name was Johnny, man, and I miss the guy so much, man. I love that guy, man. Johnny was he was one of the greatest friends I had. He was definitely the kindest by a long shot, okay? For example, so get this, okay? So I remember how I was having a rough day, okay? And man, you know how some men could really go at it with busting, okay? And man, that day I went ham on him, all right? And keep in mind, if you are having a bad day, I would suggest trying not take it out on other people. But man, I took it out on him. I took it out on Johnny with my busting, okay? I'm calling him all these, like, provocative words and all of that stuff. And guess what? Johnny, I don't think he even felt that. I didn't even think he heard my words, man. Like, for example, if I said something, I don't even know. If I said something just very mean, okay, to his mind, it probably meant something like, I love you. Or you're pretty cool, Johnny. All right. And yeah, so on and so forth, right? It was like, I don't want to say he was like a punching bag that didn't feel anything or was like moved back. But let's say if you punch something, okay? For example, if I punched something and I didn't feel it, or if I didn't move back, that's really what Johnny was like, man. Okay. And I think really the big reason why is because he had such comfortability in himself. Like, that's one of the, I would say, big things that I've found in the notion, or even in the aspect as well, with the notion of comfortability, is that the idea of being comfortable in your own yourself. Like, for example, the things with the special ed class, or even the like autistic arena, they are extremely comfortable with themselves. They're some of the most genuine, kindest people I've ever met. You know, and I know for me, I know I'm neurodiverse, and one of the big things for me, man, is that it has really helped me out being around that class of people, because it helped me out accepting myself. You know, I used to be really afraid, man, especially when I was a little kid, to say, yeah, I'm neurodiverse, I'm different. And guess what? Now I'm like saying it to everyone, all right? And I really tell people how much my mind has really gave me, so on and so forth. And that comes with a lot of confidence, comes in with the idea of neurodiversity, so on and so forth, you know what I mean? And it comes just with being more comfortable with oneself. And I think what helps out with comfortability too is growing up and maturing, okay? Growing up, man. The thing with it is, I was thinking this today, and I was talking to a fellow coworker about this the end of the day, about the idea is that we are creatures of habit, okay? We are creatures of habit, okay? And we like habits, okay? For example, I don't know if you ever heard about Darwin's story. That is an interesting story, okay? And how he brought this notion of evolution. By the way, I'm a strong believer of evolution. In many ways, because it's proven fact, okay? I don't care what anyone says, it's proven fact, okay? Don't just go by my words. Look it up. Do the research, all right? And the idea that evolution, when he brought that notion up, it was kind of like an uproar, especially in the religious area. It was an uproar, so on and so forth. And one of the big things, I think, what was real hard and tough is that people at that time were so big with habit. When they heard a new concept like that, and there was evidence for it, people didn't know how to take it, because it was really a new habit to get into, or a new way of living, okay? Right? And we as humans have, I think, really a rough time with that habit notion, okay? So on and so forth. I know for me, there were some habits that I know I was really kind of in a loop in, but man, like with maturity and time, I grew out of them. Like, for example, like maladaptive patterns. I was in maladaptive patterns, and I'm adapting and I'm growing out of it. Especially even now. Like, you know, I know there's some like maladaptive patterns I'm changing right now in my life, okay, in my kind of way of thinking, and it's benefiting me hugely, okay? It's making me a better player person, it's helping me make the world a better place, helping people out and helping the creatures out, you know what I mean? And really making me more of a happier person and seeing life, okay? Even if life sometimes is rough, I can see things not from a maladaptive view, from a different way, especially kind of like, you know, especially with the idea of growing out of this idea of BPD, you know what I mean? So on and so forth. And from growing out of the BPD, I think it comes more with also being comfortable with oneself as well. It kind of goes with that. Like when you grow out of maladaptive patterns or habits, I think being comfortable with oneself, you know what I mean? I know in my life right now, it's not really a huge extreme change, but I know there's a change that's happening in my life, okay? That's really kind of good going to happen, and I see it, and I know there is some uncomfortability to it. There's not nerves, a little underneath, right? But those nerves are really good, right? And I think for one, with this decision I'm going to be making, I have to be comfortable with myself, with my knowledge and what I can do and how I can survive. And for one, I am. Very much so. And the big part with it is well, I think perseverance with getting out of bad habits into good habits, right? And kind of just constantly working on the greater good and the positives, okay? And also just being with time, you know what I mean? Like, for example, my brain has matured so much since high school, okay, man. And I'm happy, man. For one, I'm happy I'm not in high school anymore, but the point being is I've matured so much since then, man. Okay, and that goes with the idea of maturing and comfortability, so on and so forth. But I think the big part, one of the things is when we get used to a habit and when a new thing changes, I believe we gotta be, or I gotta be able to be fine with it and being okay to adapt with it and being like, okay, this has happened, okay. It may be uncomfortable, but you know what? I'm comfortable in myself, so that will help me in my life, okay? And my steps. And that kind of also goes with the idea of evolution, right? And I think, you know, the thing with it is, it's the notion of evolution. Individuals have to come it on its own, okay? They have...
Police? Yeah. Okay. Wanna go there and help them? Let them go. They got him. Alright.
What's going on with the police?
There was somebody, an old man that was trying to get up over the bridge.
He was trying to climb up the wall, but he couldn't get up, and I don't...
He'll take my pole out of the water.
It's alright, dude. I can fish with 2 poles. It's because you don't have a fishing license, or I have mine.
So you said he was trying to go up the dam?
He was trying to scoot himself
We were
up,
over there?
He couldn't get up.
And he's been trying to scoot himself up across. But he was he was doing a dolphin thing, humping the air, but trying to get up at the same time.
Oh, wow.
So we just called EMS.
So I take it as you guys help. You guys called, yeah.
Yeah, I had to call him because I'm not gonna go over there and then
heard him,
hurt him, and then he still me.
Yeah, definitely. Did this guy kind of seem drunk or something?
Nah,
He's 90, dude. He's old.
He's
90 old.
90, dude. I don't know.
God, yeah.
He was over there fishing when we were over there, and then just...
See, this is what he's been doing.
He just wasn't. He's been trying to scoot up the whole time. I don't know.
Well, hey. Now, I know I am a complete stranger to you guys, but hey, I respect you guys calling the police to help that man out.
It's better than him fucking freezing by the side of the lake.
I know, for hours, you know what I mean?
There. He's just sitting right there. Looks like he's got bobbers in the water.
Yeah.
And it's getting cold at night now, you know?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
And my phone died right when I was on the phone with her.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm lucky they came really quick.
Dude, they came right after your phone.
As soon as I called, they were on their way.
Yeah, the cops around here, I don't know if you guys are from around here, but, I've had, dealings with the cops, and they're real good people.
What is it, South Abington cops?
Yeah, these are the South Abington police, yes.
Yeah, I might
right,
even
it's
get a
not
Clifford
the
officer.
Clarks. Yeah, you guys are from Clifford?
I am, yeah.
Oh, man, I love Clifford. Actually, my parents have a house on Lake.
Okay, yeah. I know where that's at.
Yeah. So yeah, I know Clifford. I've lived there for like years, but I don't like live there like, you know what I mean now. It's
They
more
said,
of a
was
summer
he in the
house.
water trying to get out? I said no, he's right next to the water though. I don't know why they didn't call EMS in yet.
No,
Or fire truck.
They're not gonna. He didn't want an ambulance, so they might call fire truck if they
Because
can't get
they
him
ain't
up.
gonna get him up.
There's 2 police officers.
Yeah, they're calling fire truck. I think right now.
Yeah, dude.
I didn't even see them pull up.
I know.
I saw him pull right up.
It's kind of interesting how, like, you know, it's interesting how, you know, I wasn't even planning on coming here or making a video. Like, I just came, man, and I was like, you know, I'll make a video here. And I can't believe what I'm witnessing.
Dude, I've never been here.
No?
No.
No, this is our first time up here.
And
I was
Yeah.
like, yo, let's go for a drive somewhere. I was like, we were up earlier. I caught 2 bass up here.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I was like, yo, let's go back and go catfishing.
Yeah. Definitely.
I don't even know what they
Yeah. You from Clifford, too?
No, I'm from Scranton.
Got ya.
I just moved out to Jacksonville, Florida, though.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so this is my last October in PA.
Yeah, we're
Wow.
going back down there the first week
Yeah.
of November.
Got ya. Well, what's in Florida?
My house.
Mm,
Yeah, I got a house down there on the beach.
nice. Yeah, I got a. My parents have a house in Fort Myers.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
man.
right.
Yeah, so.
My grandma lives in Cape Coral.
Oh,
She's
nice.
got this nice ass house right on the pier. She has
Oh,
good
yeah.
food.
Cape Coral's pretty nice.
I think I'm gonna try lifting them up.
Like I used to hang out there all the time down
Yep.
down in Cape Coral. And I
Yeah.
used to fucking I know so many chicks down there, dude. So many chicks.
Oh, man. You know, for me, man, I love the girls, but, you know, I try to run away from them.
Yeah.
I honestly like being single. I actually love the single life, you know.
Oh no, I love being single. Oh, don't get me wrong. I don't want relationships. I just want pussy.
Huh?
How are they?
Man, you know where I get my pussy from? Rosie Palm.
Eh.
Literally,
I don't know,
literally,
man,
man.
I don't know, man.
Man, and think about it. I think about this too. Is, you know, I was talking to a person today about this idea. Okay, if we kind of look at the sexuality in our country or just even in the world, it's a very confusing topic. So on and so forth, right? Like,
Fire truck.
right? And I don't think, you know, I don't really also think a lot of people really kind of know about this idea of sex or really are really kind of prepared, you know, kind of think about it, you know, kind of like how our country kind of, I guess, condones a lot of sexual acts, you know what I mean, like yeah.
Yo, can 911 call me back if my phone's off?
And I know down in Florida, okay, guess what? They're taking sexual education books from the library, right?
Somebody's asking.
Yeah, go for it. From like, especially kind of from the high school area, right, or the kind of the high school arena. And, you know, man, I really disagree with that. I agree that, you know, that our high school students or even our country, like, yeah, our country is a very conservative country, and I believe that we as a people, especially individuals, I know I would want to become more of a welcoming person, or not as really more of a conservative in a way, but become kind of more, I would say, more tolerant to the idea, to maybe newish ideas. Especially especially with the notion of that, especially with the notion of sexuality, so on and so forth. You get what I'm saying?
Me, I'm a big, like, I guess, man, like a fucking hater. I'm a big, I believe in a man. Man is a man, a woman is a woman. God made a woman and a man for that reason, you know.
You going biblical?
That's me, yeah.
If I'm correct, you believe kind of the Bible literally, right? Kind of black and white, so on and so forth, right?
Not even helping.
They are helping. They are just trying to do it in a certain way that is, to an extent, the best way. Right.
Yeah, but fire truck should have been here with the what do they call that when they put you on a board?
I don't know.
The backboard.
Stretcher?
Yeah, the stretcher. then it hurt him more than calling a stretcher out.
Got yeah. What about you, sir? Are you a Christian too?
Yeah, I don't really don't go by the rules though, but yeah.
I've noticed.
Go by the rules,
I've
but-
noticed majority of Christians don't. I really believe that if you kind of look at the Christian lifestyle or kind of what Jesus said in the Bible, I personally believe that that's a lifestyle no one can live. So majority of Christians just become hypocrites because no one can live that lifestyle. For example, when Jesus talked about, okay, and if we're going from the black and white version or the idea of the Protestant views or what the evangelicals and the Baptists believe, okay, I don't know what sect you guys are kind of from. I'm not sure if you guys resonate with the Orthodox, so on and so forth, right? If we kind of look at what Jesus said when he talked about do not lust after a woman. If you lust after a woman, you committed adultery with her in your heart, okay? And that a lot of the Baptists and evangelicals look at it as, okay, if I don't look at this, if I look at a woman and lust after her or thinks that she's got some beautiful body parts, so on and so forth, I'm sinning, okay?
Am I gonna be on YouTube?
If you don't want to be.
Nah, I want to be on YouTube, dude.
Oh,
you have a channel, dude? Like,
You want to be on YouTube?
do you have a channel?
Fine.
Yo, what up,
You're
dude?
be on YouTube. By the way, this video is probably just going to get like 1 view, and it's probably going to be me watching it. Right, and if it gain over numbers, it's probably once again going to be me. You know what I mean? I personally love doing this for me. You know what I mean? YouTube buddies for
Let's
real,
go.
right? But yeah.
Like 80 mil, dude.
What?
Got like 80 mil on my YouTube, dude. Got like 80 mil.
He's like, help the crowd.
Yo, I got like 80 mil on my YouTube.
Subscribers?
Yeah.
No, I got like 90 mil.
Nah, dude, he's got like, he's got less than me, but he's got up there close to like 80.
All right, but from that,
How is this
We
fish
do
still alive?
like really like reckless like
Yo,
redneck
this
shit.
fish
And we
is
build
still
like
alive.
no, dude, we build like fucking like those go-karts with like the fucking CBR engines and shit in them. Like we build them, we weld them and shit from scratch, dude. We started like out of our his mom's garage, and then we moved that back to like my dad's garage. My dad had a bigger garage, but he was like doing like part-time mechanics and shit out of it. Cause I'm a mechanic, my dad's a mechanic, like, and dude, we just slowly started like building it up, dude. I'm 26.
I'm only
It took me-
18.
Oh shit!
Did you get one?
Dude.
y'all
It was
want?
my little fucking.
All right, but from that notion, okay, especially kind of with the idea of 80 millions and million and whatever 90, okay, so on and so forth. But from that notion, well, when Jesus talked about, okay, the idea of lusting after a woman, so on and so forth, and when you kind of look at a woman, okay, the Baptists would say, yeah, you're completely sinning, or even if we're talking, even if we're talking about the notion of, you know, when we say rosy palm, okay, so on and so forth.
They called another
Right.
unit out.
Yes, they did. Are you sinning Are you sinning necessarily from that? Okay, there's a piece of trash that goes in the pond.
I did not even see that.
But from that aspect, are you actually sinning from that? No. In fact, that's just your human nature. Okay, so on and so forth. Right. Right. We are designed to procreate, so on and so forth. Right. So the idea of that being a sin, no, not entirely one bit. And if you think about it, would God actually say that? God of the what's that?
What was that?
Weed. I'm gonna pass. Thank you. I appreciate that.
No, I'm good.
But I would say.
Whatever, dude.
But my point being, especially with the kind of the notion of
There's some guy running down the road now.
yep, especially with the notion of that, especially with the notion of that, so on and so forth, right? Especially kind of, I'm kind of losing my words now.
I'm trying to leave. I'm trying to get out of here. Sam,
I'm trying to wait to see if they get this guy up.
he's almost up, dude.
Yeah.
The next step is getting him over the guardrail. That's the hardest part.
I wonder if he could walk though. I wonder how he even got.
Oh.
Wheelchairs inside
Now I get it.
What?
I was just kind of thinking about it a little bit, kind of back in this video, and kind of so on and so forth. We kind of talked about kind of the idea of
Sex change operations.
no, not the sex change operations. No, kind of. Let's say.
Sam had one of those. Sam was Samantha. I'm serious. He was Samantha.
I don't think he's even paying attention.
Yo, Samantha.
Well,
Yo, Samantha. Yo, Sam.
What do you want, faggot?
You had a sex change operation, right?
No, I did not.
Yes, you did. Your name's Samantha.
No, it's not. Shut up. Alexander.
all right.
Dude,
Well,
gotta give this dude some content, dude. Do you want to
Stop,
light
I
off some
only-
fireworks?
No,
I
it's
only
good.
90 million views.
You want to go
can't
over?
do that.
You want to go over by the cop car and light off some fireworks and fucking jackass shit for some content?
no,
we're
that's
not
not
gonna do
the
it.
that's not the content I really want. You know the content I really want, guys, is believe it or not. This is the content I really kind of want to try to portray. Okay. All right.
Yo, that's a big fish. that just
Hey,
jumped
never
on
say
my
the
lure.
Lord's name in vain. 10 Commandments right there. But from that, the content I would like to
Where are
have
they,
is just kind
In
of
the
trying
water,
to.
dude.
You know what?
Are they
I
really?
think I'm just
I'm not
gonna.
shooting them.
I think I'm just gonna get going.
in.
All right. Well, I gave it a shot. I did the best I can. You know what? Well, with that being said,
What? I thought they were empty.
no, I'm just. No, man, I may disagree with you on things, but hey, it was real nice meeting you, man.
All right, nice meeting you too.
All right, and good luck with everything in the future, man. And hey, the same thing with you, Sam.
Sam wants a kiss.
All right. I don't think Samwise Gamgee wants a kiss. You know what I mean? You know, there's turkeys in the woods, man. I know there's some good turkeys to like kiss up there. You could start doing turkey calls, man.
Yo, can you give my fish a kiss?
All right. For fish a kiss.
Yeah, give him a kiss.
You want me to kiss him?
Yeah.
All right. This is for YouTube. Nope. Have a nice day, guys. All right.
Do you sleep in your car?
Well, I'm gonna keep continuing this. It's kind of funny. Oh shit! This is, back in my day, I would have taken some things personal, but and stuff and so on and so forth, and it's kind of like when I had that epiphany moment. Okay, when I said, actually, you know what? I'm gonna actually stop the footage right here. I gotta go pee. So I'm back home, and man, so in the video when I was like, oh, all right, and the guy's like, what's up? That was the time where it clicked in my mind of where, holy shit, these guys are pulling my legs, man. Okay. It wasn't clicking with the 80 or 90 subscribers. It was there, but it wasn't like. So for example, I'll give you an example. So no, not an example, but for me, I know when I was talking to these guys, okay, man, they looked like the most genuine guys. I don't want to say they. To me, I don't judge a book by its cover, so they look like the most genuine guys out there, okay? Started a great conversation about how they saw some man, okay? He needs help, okay? So they called the police to help this guy out, okay? That's, for me, man, I looked at that and that's great, man. I'm like, yeah, that's pretty cool, okay? And, but before that, I was talking about evolution. I was talking about neurodiversity, autism, and all of that, okay? And then the guy said something about, about how he wants, girls, so on and so forth, and how I kind of am like, no, I could care less. I love being single. I love being single. I know for me, the only type of girls I would want in my life right now would be girls who are just friends, and that's it. I don't want any relationship, so on and so forth. But my point being, man, is that, I'm coming to the point, okay, is where I was like, okay, when he talked to me about some kind of this YouTube channel, I'm like, yeah, this is pretty awesome, okay? Like for example, last week when I was at Scranton Counseling and I started to upload, I started to upload, okay, this, when I uploaded those videos with those two girls, okay, it really, that felt really genuine, okay? But when this guy said 80 to 90 million subscribers, okay, doing all this stuff, I'm like, this is weird now, okay? And I'm like, there was something click in my mind and I didn't know what it was, okay? And I'm like, well, these guys look pretty genuine. They're trying to help people out, okay? They're kind of listening to me talk. One guy he kept cutting me off, okay? But I was in like, no, I didn't really care if he did. I'm just going to talk to the air right now. I'm going to talk to Zach right now. I'm going to talk to this camera, okay? So it was like, okay, I'm going to say it. You could be rude and cut me off. I'm still going to talk. I don't really care, okay? All right, so on and so forth. And for me, when I saw, and what happened, man, is when I said, oh, it clicked in my mind. I saw that, okay, these guys are pulling my legs. These guys aren't as genuine as I initially thought. And when I was talking about neurodiversity, and, I'm neurodiverse, and I said that and stuff, sometimes I believe when, and it's really a sad truth that some people are willing to say some things to neurodiverse people. Like if we're talking about like someone who has extreme autism, if that person said I had 80 million subscribers, they would believe it automatically, okay? Because they're very genuine, so on and so forth. And it connects with the ties on how we were talking about genuine and autism, you know what I mean? And how the autistic community or the neurodiverse community has taught me to be really more of a genuine person. And I know for me as an individual person, I hate liars. I hate people who don't tell the truth, okay? All right? And people, like, I want people, I don't want to say it. Like, I know for me in my life, I want people to be honest. I don't want people to lie, okay? Lying is not cool, okay? And that goes back to the individual person. If a person lies, all right, they're not genuine. And honestly, I would suggest not having liars in your life, because when people do lie and when people are hypocrites, okay? Liars and hypocrites are cowards, okay? Right? For one, liars are because they're not willing to face the truth. Hypocrites are because they're just very hypocritical. And I don't really want to get down the rabbit hole of, okay, why a liar is, or what, you get what I'm saying? So, but I saw the genuine, so what happened at that moment, one of the things I'm very proud about myself, okay, is when the guy did catch a fish, and he's like, you want to kiss the fish, okay? So on and so forth. I kind of made a joke about turkeys, you know what I mean? I'm just not going along, but I made a joke, okay? I go over there, I'm like, yeah, sure. Nope. No thanks. Have a nice night, guys. So on and so forth. You get what I'm saying? And when the guy with the cowboy hat said, oh man, I thought you were going to be cool, okay? Man, back when I was a bit younger, or even I would say probably maybe even last year, alright, not so much last year, but definitely the year before and the year before that, man, I would have ripped them a good one, man. I don't want to say I was going to stand up for myself, but I was going to literally I would stand up to myself in the most, not in the best way, and I would have gone for the jugglers, man, okay? Even if cops were at that dam, I would have gone for the jugglers. Not like punching, but with my words, man. I have a sword here. And this is the sword. Alright, but yeah. So, and man, I was effing, man, when I saw that, when they were like, man, I would have gone for the juggler. So I'm like, but me with being comfortable with myself, and they were like, yeah, you're not cool. I'm like, I don't give two F's, man. I'm cool. I'm a cool guy, okay? Alright, and you know why I say I'm a cool guy? Because this guy says I'm a cool guy. Alright, I do, okay? I don't give two shits what you guys say, okay? Especially with kissing the aspect of a fish. That's as low as it can get, alright? Or you could get lower, you could kiss some feces. But yeah, so when I saw that, I'm like, you know what? I'll just go, alright, I'll humor myself, okay? And I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna walk away. Alright. And in fact, actually what happened is I didn't get this on camera, but actually I decided to say, you know what? I'll actually give them a honk and say, hey, have a nice night, guys. Thank you guys for a great time, okay? Because man, I actually had a lot of fun. It was actually a great time, okay? I didn't like the notion of how ungenuine and kind of jerk-offish they were, but hey, man, I don't really care, man. You know what I mean? Right, and it goes back to that notion of being comfortable with oneself. I was very comfortable with myself in that scenario. You know what I mean? Even if they said they had 80 to 90 million subscribers, I'm like, well, if I could make a little bit of a positive impact here, that's good, okay? And if it kind of rings through to them, like if I just say these positive words to them, it might help them out in a few years, okay? And that's what I was kind of thinking about. And it's funny. It's kind of funny. They were kind of doing the complete opposite. But man, I could really care less, honestly. I'm gonna look at this video, man, and I'm gonna be laughing. I already know this video. I think this is hilarious and funny, and it really speaks true to our state in the world and individuals. I believe people have to be more genuine. You have to be more genuine. I have to be more genuine, or really strive for the aspect of genuineness. Okay. Because there's so many stories, and there's so many stories out there. There's so many stories out there. So many lies. No one knows what to believe in. That's why the truth is very important, and that's why we as humans have to be more genuine. Fact, those two guys are prime examples, okay, of what immaturity is, okay? And I guess, and I'm gonna say this, alright, and keep in mind, I'm still a work in progress, but we had two immature guys, and we had one mature guy. Maturing, okay? Moving to more of a spot of maturing. So, yeah. Yeah, I think that's all I have to say, man. Woo-wee! That man, I could just go on and on. I find it hilarious. But once again, it goes back to being comfortable and being genuine, okay? Because you know what I did with Johnny that one day, that was ingenuine, and that was not right of me. That was wrong of me. All right? But man, I see the wrong, and I'm like, you know what? I want to do better. So, with that being said, I'm going to practice on doing better. Have an amazing night. Look at my beautiful smile. If we're talking about a thing to kiss, man, this buddy here is a thing to kiss. Mwah! Yeah, we can share kisses. Hey! Hey! Kiss party. Mwah! Mwah! Kiss party. Mwah! Mwah! I would love to make a song on that. Kiss party. Mwah! Mwah! Kiss party. And I could have some nice beats like this over here. Let me see. and kind of and have the horn going. All right. Yeah, I gotta get going. I gotta stop this camera. I gotta stop this. All right.